Hey, what's up? I'm Gunny, blackout artist at Inked NYC. I'm here today to talk about some of my blackout work. I grew up in the mid to late 80s. I'm an 80s baby. Art has always been part of my background as long as I can remember. Being in school, elementary, I'd be drawing pictures instead of paying attention. I got into lots of trouble for that. Eventually, my art became a little more advanced, a little graphic. And to be fully honest, a little morbid. Principals would call my mom into school, take a look at my artwork and suggest that I needed some kind of evaluation. And my mom, she said, he's fine. He's expressing himself, I raised him, nothing to worry about here. And it wasn't up until a certain age in my life where I said I can actually make a living off art. And I've worked in all kinds of construction, loading docks, eventually, later on I said, I can't keep doing this, I can use my mind for something better. I remember getting my hands on some equipment at the New York City Tattoo Convention, the old Roseland Ballroom location. Upon arrival, I remember seeing my would-be mentor, Megan Hooglin, and then I, went on to tell her about, all the articles that I've read about her, on the train every day. And I drew for her the first day. She invited me the second day. And we did that for the probably the next 6-7 years. The first time I saw a blackout at the time was not called a blackout, it was called a piercer sleeve. No one really starts out doing black work. That's something you do after years of understanding the fundamentals of tattooing, how skin heals, how it behaves, line work, shading, color. All these things prepare you for black work. The way I look now is just the way I've always envisioned myself at the end. To be fully honest with you, I would have done this probably 2000, 2001. I just didn't have the courage, if I'm being honest, to do this in that time. I would have just got ridiculed, no one would have understood or knew what the hell that was, All these thoughts, that everyone has until they reach that point of certainty in their life when they're just like, this is it for me, this is it. Oh yeah, I remember this very well. It was done on a woman who would travel from Boston. I remember her being real cool and very Italian. The glove, I had free-handed that was a cross. I remember we did this in 2 sets. I think we did the face, hair, and everything from the neck down first, and then we added a hat later. This was probably my, like my 8th year, roughly, something like that. At this specific point, I thought I was just gonna continue on with portraiture, that was it, just full scale, portraits, black and gray, realism. I was pushing to do more heavy black around the portraits at this time. No one was going for that. There's things I could have done, I could have approached a little better, maybe the background, more highlights. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that one. This was an interesting one for me. I had a lot of fun with this one. That was a complete full wrist to shoulder redo there. And the person specifically, his skin took real well to the all the values, especially the white. During a consult for something like this, we have to really be realistic about what can be done, not only because the person requested it, but you have to be transparent with what you can do and can't do. He had a lot of scar tissue under it. I told him we're just gonna have to redo this entire thing. I actually had this up as a concept and he asked me if it was possible, and I said, yeah, with a lot of patience and sessions and time, it could be achieved, and he had all of those things, so this was the outcome, yeah. People see stuff online and they see, these perfect, silky, smooth blackouts, and it's never gonna come out the way it would if it was like not so scarred, or if it was just a clean arm. You'll never fully get that, that smooth look people are always looking for. It's not always possible. Fresh skin is always the first choice, and looking forward to doing a piece. It's not necessarily something that I need. It's 8 out of 10 times people have something they want covered, which is fine, I like the fact that he came in with such a harsh looking tattoo, and we turned it into just something better. Oh yeah, well, originally this woman came to me and she wanted a specific pattern, and I remember telling her like, I think it's best if you just let me create something for you. I think at the end she was very happy with it, and so was I. So it all worked out. If it's something that's just gonna be not so tasteful, it's just not gonna look right at the end, then I'll let them know, hey, meet me here. I'll meet you halfway, you meet me here, and then usually the outcome is good. She eventually wanted to get the same thing on the other side of her shoulder and arm, but that hasn't happened yet, yeah. I specifically like this piece because it was done at a time where no one was really giving me like full freedom to like just create, It was just something I built, from the ground up, and he went with it, and it all worked out nice. The headpiece came later. We actually did that here at Ink. What I would say to people who don't think black work is art or an art form, it's really how the person sees it themselves. When you get black work, it's for yourself. It's not for anyone else. Like I always said, there's a reason limousines are black, tuxedos are black, and so it definitely is art. My favorite part about this piece is really the outcome. I think, the creative freedom I got to do this, the way the head and back, all kind of came together. As far as changing anything, again, heavier on the black. I would probably go heavier on the black. Less negative space, more black. But design-wise, I wouldn't change anything. When I post these up, the idea is for me to eventually do these. Creating these concepts are something I would love to do one day. I'm actually working on a few of these concepts now, but they're such big projects, they're just ongoing. People don't get them right away, but I'd say about a year or less into me putting them out, I'll have someone randomly say, hey, is this still available? And I'll say, yeah, if it's up, it's available. And they're like, cool, I want to get it, And so eventually, yeah, I do get to do some of them.
What would you say the timeline is like on a full bodysuit?
On a full bodysuit, let's say about a year's time. Could be less, depending on how much they're getting done at a time, Yeah. The perceptions of black work are definitely evolving. Now the world is more open to black work and different styles of black work. As this tattoo industry has been changing and evolving up until what it is now, and it's happened fast. The clientele also changed with these times. Social media has also made this a thing, a new genre. Mostly females for some reason would grasp to the concept for like the first probably year of me putting this type of work out, and eventually everyone else came around to it. The shock value of it, I think will come to an end eventually, just like all other subjects and genres that get put out online a lot. I'm real curious to know what's gonna happen within the next 2 to 3 years even. All right, well, thanks for watching. I'm Gunny. You can book with me at Inked NYC, and you can catch me on Instagram at Black Iron Monk, all together. Hey, what's up? I'm Gunny. I'm here to talk about some of my black work tattoos. Yeah, that sucked. Hey, what's up? I'm Gunny.
You got it.
I know. Hey, what's up? I'm Gunny. I'm a tattoo artist. I don't know why this is so hard.